Welcome back, guys, for another episode of the GhettoRig podcast. For those who don't know, my name is Eddie. To my left, we have my co-host Jay. Behind the camera, controlling all the buttons and good stuff is Miggy. Episode 293.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of stuff going on lately, so that's why, a little bit of inconsistency here and there. But we do it when we can. Whenever we can, we're in here doing our thing. But yeah, it's been a couple weeks at least. 2.5 weeks, I think it's been. Yeah, since we've been in the room. A lot of things going on, whether it's working, construction, whatever. There's just shit going on. Yeah, termites, fucking.
How did that go, Miggy? You want to talk about it a little bit?
They just nuked the whole fucking place, and they put 31 traps around the house, and then they also injected.
Did they dig out a ditch and all that stuff? Did they do all that?
No, they just injected in between because we broke down the wall. They were able to inject between the garage and the living room some chemicals to kill the subterranean termites, and then they also put a trap inside the room where the main issue was, and that's supposed to collect termites in there, and then they bring it back to their nest, and it's sort of devolves the next generation of termites, and it kills them. It's kind of cool.
What was it that you said that the first guy you called out said something about? He came in there and was like, "Oh hell no!" Like,
no, he walked in and he thought
I don't do these.
Dead person in there, bro. He's like, no. I don't work with these. I can't help you with these. This is bad. This is bad. If this is what I think it is really bad. And he bro was just freaking out like he'd seen a dead body in there.
And did he give you a recommendation of who to call?
I asked him because he was like, I don't deal with this. And I was like, well, where the fuck do I stand? How can I get this fixed? He said, my competitors do it. Because I asked him, like, who do you recommend to call? You can just call around. And then he gave me the company. He's
and
like,
you went with that company?
I'd rather not recommend you to my competitor, but they can do it. So it was kind of nice of him to be able
That's
to do
weird.
that.
Doesn't really sound like it's your competitor when you don't do the same thing they do.
Well, they still do everything that he. Well, I'm
like
not
all
gonna
the
say
other
everything.
stuff.
Yeah,
but
all the regular termites.
Can you pull
pests,
pull that
cockroaches.
specific termite up on the screen?
yeah, what you said, subterranean
Comparison
termites?
wise.
Yeah.
Formosan termites.
Yeah, this is the bad boy right there. They got little wings. And then we'll start eating up fucking wood.
Yeah, like they do.
Apparently, the black guy later that came to see the house with that company, he didn't believe that they bit people, and they do bite people. He came back later on, and because my mom was like, "No, they do bite. They do bite. I got bit, and my husband got bit." She was like freaking out. He's like, "No, they don't bite." And then he came back from the office. He's like, after doing some more research and getting some more information, they do bite. He's like, yeah, I told you. And then he said that the guy was crazy because the guy that stays in that room had told us that he could hear the termites moving around and crunching on the wood at night. And bro was like, I don't believe that. Bro's got supersonic hearing. There's no way he can do that. And then later on, I think it was like 2-3 days later when he came back again, he said, I don't know, man, that guy, he shouldn't be able to hear them from out there, but there's plenty of commotion. Like I can kind of hear a little bit when it was open. But yeah, that's crazy, bro. Those things are insane.
Yeah, I was just talking to Cameron about this the other day. Like Emily showed him like a house, and it had siding on it, and so that's usually when houses have siding on them, and they're usually frame house, right? It was built in like the 50s or 60s or something like that, and so it all lined up with frame house. And we were talking about it, and I was like, man, I'd never buy a frame house. And he goes, well, I get why you're saying that, but it's not necessarily like a absolute no. Like I don't think you should make that like a make it or break it thing. And I was like, no, you absolutely should make it or break it thing. I was like, the fucking issue with termites in Florida? That is not like okay. Like having a house so if it was built in the 50s right? Let's say 55.
Mid-century house.
House is now 70 years old, right? And it's not like the termites just got here. No, they've been here. They've been doing this for a long fucking time. Like, I've worked on a lot of those houses, bro, and it's insane the amount of damage that these termites will do. Like, bro, we had it one time. We were in a 2-story house, right? And we were doing the windows. We did all the windows on the bottom floor. There was like 1 or 2 on the bottom floor that we had to tell the owner, like, hey, when we took out the old window, all the wood around the frame where the new window pops in to screw in, it's all fucked. Like, bro, you touch it and it just literally the wood would cave in on itself.
Is that way right now.
Yeah, like it's really bad. It was really bad, and we had to tell the owner, like, hey, we can't install these windows. You have to make sure that you have a framer come in and replace at least the wood around the frame to have a solid window.
No, bro, it's mad as fuck.
Bro, when we went upstairs, there was one of the rooms. It wasn't the master bedroom. It was the other room upstairs. It was 2. It was a 3-2, like 2 upstairs, 1 downstairs. And this wall was maybe like 5 feet longer than this one right here next to me, and it had 2 windows on it that were next to each other, and it had like a, I don't know, 12-piece of drywall separating the 2, so they weren't like butted together, but there was 2 windows on the wall. And dog, we took the old windows out, and we were so sketched about putting the new ones in, and even when we were taking them out, we felt
those things are super hollow. Like there's nothing there.
Bro, we would like, when you're taking the old window out, there's these old ass windows. There's sometimes they don't just pop out easily. You gotta put some force, whatever. We're like putting force on the window and like using the wall as leverage or whatever to kind of like maneuver shit, and the whole wall would move. The whole fucking wall. It felt like, bro, if I would just lean on the wall, the whole thing was gonna go blah, like from the second story. And we had to tell the owner, like, hey, not only is this wall like, you have to replace the framing around the window. No. This whole wall is unstable. And the new windows were hurricane windows, which are heavy.
That shit ain't gonna hold.
Which are heavy, bro. Like, heavy windows. And they weren't small. They were tall. They weren't too wide of a window, but they were tall.
Yeah,
like,
we got impact windows. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, hurricane impact windows, bro. Them shits are heavy. Like, no joke. Because they do double pane most of the time. And they're supposed to have, like, a gas layer in between the two panes. Like, and we had
the double ones suck dick.
Bro, we had to tell the owner, like, this whole wall is not stable enough to support the weight of these windows, bro. Like, it was that bad. And I've seen a lot of cases like that. That wasn't the only time we had to tell owners, hey, the wood around here is not safe enough to put a window in. And same thing with doors, bro. We're fucking replacing doors and the same shit would happen. The door frames would be fucked. But you buy block?
Yeah, but
no problem.
For new construction, most constructions nowadays are just drywall, right?
No, so
or can you still get block?
So they're doing it another way. It's the cheapest way for them to do it and not have a wood frame. Is metal studding. Like they will sometimes still use like the plywood on the outside of it, but it's all metal like framing essentially of the building. Like I think that building it's not new anymore, but we were like high school, they were building it. The apartment on Gandhi across the street from Wawa, so behind that hospital.
Your whole entire house doesn't go. It's just the drywall outside, and you still get to keep the frame.
Yeah, the framing, like the structural integrity of the house will never, or the building won't like mess up. But like in reality, dog, they're finding out new ways now with technology, right? But the old way of thinking essentially was, if you're in Florida, you need concrete. To avoid the termites and to have a stable home during hurricanes.
So I don't know if this is a myth or not, but back in the day they would use a lot of cedar. Cedar wood, termites don't like that. It's a fragrant wood with a lot of sap in it. They don't like that at all. So if you use all cedar, that's fine. Like, and then also, if your house was built a long time ago and they use those old cedar, the packed rings, you know what I'm talking about? By the time he gets to where he got, that wood is so old and so tough, the termites don't even touch it because they cannot shoot through it. You know what I mean? So
bring them to my house, bro. Well, not anymore, but let's see what the fucking Asian termites can do.
I wouldn't buy a frame house. That is just like
no. In Florida, no frame house. Forget it.
Can't do it, bro.
No, you can't. And then I was actually thinking about it. It's like, if I were to get a new house, how would I build it? I was actually thinking about it. And termites were the number one thing. And I'm thinking, all right, well, majority of our houses inside is wood. right? Even
Yeah,
if the
yeah.
outside is rock,
block,
but the
yeah.
inside is wood.
Yeah, all these interior walls are all wood.
The
All
only
this
way
is
I
wood.
can think about is if you get all walls uh, block, right, and then have a flat roof, basically get a block roof, and then have like a terrazzo on top, basically make like a strip mall type of roof instead of doing a pitch in it, and then inside using the metal like the conventional, not conventional, but like the business type of
Metal
struts,
studs, yeah.
metal studs. But the problem with that is we're in Florida. Them shits can get rusty. So now you're dealing with that getting rusty.
Another
you
thing
know?
I don't like about the metal studs is mounting things into the wall can be a little more of a risky move. I feel, I don't know, I may be wrong on that, but bro, I've seen those metal studs. They're not thick. They're not like very structurally like they're good to hold up a wall, no problem. But like if I was gonna mount my new 90-inch TV I just got for my brand new house, whatever the fuck, right? Or you're mounting something on the wall, I'd much rather be mounting that to a solid 2x4 connected to the roof and all this shit than a metal stud.
Yeah.
For me personally, I might be wrong about that, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I was thinking about those metal studs, and there's really no good way in Florida to do this shit. You know what I mean?
But that's how like all the businesses do it. Whole UFC gym, all those walls they put up are all
It's
metal.
all metal,
stuff.
yeah.
Commercial, that's what they do.
Yeah.
In like all commercial environments, you rarely finding wood studs in a commercial building. If it's old, maybe.
Yeah. It's all metal. I don't know, man. I don't know what would be the best way to go about it, and it's definitely going to cost you a lot more to do that. You know what I mean?
You could go the old Chinese route where you can just get a big old box and just stack them together and make some apartments.
Are you talking about containers, shipping
Yeah.
containers? Well, they didn't allow that in St. Pete. The only way they allow that if that space that you're occupying is also your business. So there's one actually container home in St. Pete. It's on Park Boulevard between 49th and 66. But the person that owns it, they created a
business.
gallery up downstairs, so they live upstairs.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have shipping container homes here.
Yeah.
Unless it's a business, like you said.
But China has these new Chinese.
Which is pretty stupid, bro.
It is stupid.
Like,
You know
there's
what?
so many
you know what's
things-
even more stupid? Where the guy has that container homes, literally behind it, you can see it as you're driving on the road. Literally behind it, they have these miniature homes that they built. The literally like the home, the door, like an average door. The home literally like take that door, and this where the room ends. That's the width of the house.
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 story house, and it's just long wise. But that's how
Wide
it is.
Yeah.
which is
Totally unrelated, but they're
absolutely
3D printing
ridiculous.
houses now.
Well, they've been doing that since 3D printers came out because they basically, they say it's 3D printing, but I think it's something. I think it should have a different name. When they started doing it, it was just a big machine that had a concrete nozzle that was building
it's
the
still
walls,
the same, yeah.
just how a 3D printer would, I guess.
I
Essentially,
read
but
somewhere one of the that right there. See those walls, rounded walls. That's 3D printed. Go down. One, yeah, right there. That's how they 3D print that. They print it in that circular motion. But I saw some company was gonna give, or was it like a tax break that you could get if you got a 3D printed house or something like that. So there's incentives on that, and they're saying they can put up the walls within a week, the full mock-up.
yeah.
Whatever you want it to be, but I don't know. They got to do something about it. With Florida, DeSantis came out and basically said that they're gonna increase the homestead to $200,000, and then later they're gonna increase it to $500,000.
The homestead, what is it?
Homestead, basically, first $200,000, the value of your home are not getting taxed. After that, everything else is getting taxed.
Mm-hmm.
And later, they're gonna raise it to $500,000, effectively removing all the taxes, property taxes, meaning like you're still gonna pay the taxes for the schools and the police stations and all
Yeah.
that stuff, but you're no longer gonna pay land and home taxes. They're trying to eliminate that, which basically this November. So if you go to the polls, vote for it. And there's this new guy that's in a governor race that's actually leading. He's a young dude wearing glasses, and his thing was he led with an idea of taxing 50% all the OnlyFans creators. If they're earning their money on OnlyFans, they're getting taxed 50%.
So
and
that's
he
essentially like a syntax.
syntax, yeah, and he's literally like leading right now.
This is what I'm talking about, and this is actually something that's becoming popular.
Container
here
homes?
in Florida too now.
Container homes.
Yeah, ready-made house.
Yeah, yeah.
You just
So
get it made and just
Mm-hmm.
Flop
They
it
come.
somewhere.
They even have those the foldable ones where they'll bring in. It's like flat and then just kind of like raise up the walls. You know.
like these little homes. I just shot pictures for them at an RV resort, and they're pretty sick. There's some that have like little second floors. They're
Yeah.
like half.
That's what I'm saying. They already built these on 49th Street behind that property I'm talking about. There's a whole neighborhood of these built. I don't know if you can pull it up on the maps. Maybe it's already there. Maybe we can see it on an aerial view. Um, um, yeah, hit that. That looks. That's,
No, this is the sanctuary housing that they're building on 22nd Avenue.
Yeah, no,
next to that
that.
church. Apparently,
Do St. Petersburg, Florida, 49th Street miniature homes.
that's actually something else that's here in Florida. That's pretty local. I mean, it's local to us.
Yeah,
right
they're not
down the
ready built.
street.
They're miniature homes.
So that thing he just pulled up, that sanctuary housing, the neighborhood around it came and like, tried to fight against it, because apparently the housing that is gonna be the reason it's gonna be used for is when people like come out of rehab, it's like a area it's like a housing for them, essentially, and the people from the neighborhood came out and spoke against that.
I mean, I don't want that. I wouldn't want that shit in my neighborhood. Why would you want that in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Especially if you're raising kids.
But
Why
I
would
was
you want
telling
that?
I was telling Emily this, and I was like, "But where else do you go? Were you gonna put them out in like a commercial area where there's no residential at all?"
Well, no, I understand that. I clearly understand that. I perfectly understand that. So that means I have to bend over so my kids are in that environment now?
Just go on maps, Miggy. Well, someone does.
Well, fuck that. If I'm in that neighborhood, I'm going against it. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but on
Yeah.
the other hand, someone just got to go somewhere. So just go on Park Boulevard and 49th Street.
Yeah, so...
Nope, up, left. Up, right there. In the middle. Nope, you're looking at 66. That's 49th. Do the satellite view. No, go down. Stay on that. Yeah, stay there.
It's more in a... It's right before the train... It's right up before the train tracks where that cafe is. The cafe... Bichinga.
Uh-huh.
No, wait. Where are you going with this?
No, you're at the cemetery on 54th right now.
Yeah, it's on Park. It's not on 49th. It's between 49th and 66. Yeah, so you got to go towards the left a little more.
Scroll in a little more,
Right
like
there.
zoom in.
Right there. Keep zooming in.
No,
Right there. What is that? Right there.
Oh, yeah, go back.
Right there. That's 75th Terrace.
Behind there. Scroll in or zoom in more. Up, right there.
That right there. These are the homes. These are the homes right here. So they knocked all that shit down, and it's all homes like that.
They're basically like townhouses, huh?
Basically like townhouses, but not really. You know, like look at the size of these. Like,
Oh,
look
they
how,
are townhouses.
But just look at it. Well, townhouses are connected. These are not. These are individual homes. Look at the size of this.
Yeah, there is space.
Look at the
between
size of
them.
this. Look at the width of this house. Is the size of
Yeah.
your room.
Yeah, there is space between them, so it's technically not a townhouse.
Yeah, and they're
Right.
not that big. I mean, if you look at it, they're not that big at all.
You don't really need a big place, bro. Especially.
I just wouldn't
if
wanna-
you're a single person.
I just wouldn't want to live so crammed together.
Because, like, there is no room.
Bro,
There's
I don't
literally
think it's
no
that
room.
bad, honestly.
Huh?
There's like
I don't
5 feet of space between the house, bro.
Bro, I just need 5 feet to get to my
No,
bathroom,
between the
5
house,
feet to get
fine.
to my
Forget the
kitchen.
between the house. Your living area. How big is your living area? How
No,
big
I'm
is
not-
your?
I'm
My
not
living
against
area is
how-
my room.
I'm not against the size of the house. What I'm against is just how
Look,
close
I'm
they
trying to
are
be
all
like this
together.
guy,
Brother, your front yard is like 2 feet big.
but he's got a Corvette.
Bruh, house first before the Corvette.
Yes. Fucking Corvette and fucking shoebox.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know how come. Like, I would like to see what they look like from inside, but I can tell they're.
I mean, they're
might not
new.
be it. Yeah, they're brand new. They're all brand new. Okay, so get back on the main street, Miggy. Go to the right. Go to the right. You
Oh,
could
you
just
want me to
you just hop on the main street. Yeah. Yeah, just keep going straight. Yeah. Okay.
Turn
so
right.
jump. Yeah. Right there. Turn around. Go back a little bit. Right there. A little bit more. A little bit more. Right there. Turn around. The other way. That's your container home right there.
Yep, that's a shipping container home.
That's a shipping container home. That this is the only one in the entire St. Pete. They tried to push for it. They didn't allow it. City did not allow it. Which to me, this looks fine. You know.
I think it looks ugly as fuck. An actual container? No.
Well, that's what a container
cool,
home is.
well-built mini home. That's pretty cool.
Well, they had to make a gallery out of it, right? That's why you see those
Oh,
front
I think it's a
windows.
dentistry. It says.
Well, there used to be a gallery.
No, Go
So-
Smile's next door.
So now,
Oh, they just have it pinned wrong. Yeah.
Well, that's all connected.
we'll click on the other
No,
one.
it's
See
not.
what
There's
it
a
is.
gap between the buildings.
Yeah, click on that. What is that?
It's the same thing.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah, go smile.
Used to be a gallery. I don't know. It is what it is.
In other news,
I know you've been following
Cuba-
news. I don't think.
probably gonna be freed soon. Freed? Quotation marks.
What's going on with that?
Raul Castro got a little indictment. Is that would it be called?
That's exactly what it's called.
From the U.S.?
Yeah, they're
Yep.
getting his ass over something that happened over 30 years ago, where he gave permission to shoot down planes called from a organization called Hermanos al Rescate, Brothers in Help or whatever. They would just drop food in Cuba and information and stuff like that. And one of those one of the times that they came to Cuba, they got shot down. Raul Castro gave the order to take them down, and that's what they're getting his ass on. Not the killings of thousands of people and killing his own people.
Remember,
but-
what's his name? He got locked up for tax evasion. The famous mobster in Chicago.
Oh, and shit's going south now in Spain too. The second in command of the prime ministers got locked up. The
Finally.
Pedro Sanchez is he's the prime minister. His wife is also getting some things on her. She's got 5 pending cases on her, and he's like, if she's wrong, she's going to jail. And he's putting her down. A lot of corruption shit going on. He's getting personal investigations now by some internal government agency.
Good, because Spain has been a very corrupt country for a very, very, very long time, and they're finally getting their shit together.
They're
Spain and
potentially
Portugal
looking
both.
to have early elections as well for that. I don't know too much about Spanish politics, so I don't know why they would want to do that.
Yeah, Spain did a lot of. This is one of the scams that we're doing a lot, where it was rezoning and building new homes, and then scamming people of money and stuff like that. There's a lot of that going on.
Gold washing.
Gold washing, yeah.
They're taking gold from places like Venezuela, taking it to Dubai, rebranding it, and just selling it.
Yeah, Spain's been doing a lot of corrupt shit for a while. Good.
This is the Prime Minister of Spain right here. This guy's so corrupt. Pedro Sanchez's brother goes on trial as corruption cases pile. And this guy is on that spot because he ran just like Trump did, talking about clearing the swamp. And turns out he is the swamp. He's got all this shit on him.
Well, don't break it if it works deal, right? So I guess that's how it worked.
Iran's getting constantly fucking bombed again.
By
Somehow gas prices are low.
U.S. in defense due to them attacking a U.S. base.
yeah, it only cost me $70 to fill my sedan today.
Yes,
You
but
remember back then when
it was $70. Remember, it was the same price during Biden too.
I was gonna say
when
you
I was
remember
filling it up.
when Biden's
$5?
Yeah.
You You remember when gas
$5.50 for gas?
$5.50. I don't know where you're filling it up. It's $5.05 here at Racetrack. You go into some bootleg gas
premium?
station over. Yeah, for premium. I just filled it up yesterday.
I filled up this morning. I think it was like 5.05. Yeah.
I remember when the gas prices were high when Joe Biden was president, and they would put stickers on the gas pumps that say, "I did that." I saw one of Trump. Now it says, "I did that." I was laughing.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like during Biden, this shit happened too. They're, it's not a very whatchamacallit, good way of having an argument about it. Well, they did it too, because you don't get anywhere. But but the thing is, have you looked at the barrel? Can you pull up the oil barrel price?
Shit jumped from like $60 to $103.
Yeah, but what is it right now? Crude oil prices today. Yeah, pull it up. There you go. What does it say?
During Joe Biden's administration, gas prices peaked in Pinellas County, Florida, to $4.29.
That's for basic gas, not premium. I remember clearly because I was filling it up and it was costing me like $66, which this one cost me $69, so it's a little bit over.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't understand what these numbers or terms mean. I'm not in the oil industry.
Go back. Right there, it's giving you the answer right there. Per barrel. So it went to $130. Now it's $88 to $90, right? So
Wait, when 130?
yeah, it went to 130.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. But that's normal. It's because of the futures and forwards. Because what happened in the market, it was engineered, right? Meaning like when there's blood on the streets, everybody eats type of deal. Mm-hmm. Everybody started pushing money into it. It's like, oh, just keep pulling money into it. We're gonna make money. So they buy forwards, right? Futures and forwards. Basically, they're buying ahead the price because they're thinking it's gonna go up, right? So
you think they're fucking pumping the shit out of those Texas oil rig fields right now?
yeah, they are. They're always been.
Like, I mean, yes, they do overtime, like all the time.
Those guys make
right now,
$200,000-300,000 a year.
OT.
Yeah, $200,000-300,000 a year. Yeah, and they're hiring like crazy right now. Whoever is in the gas and oil making hella money right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is good for people that are in gas and oil right now. They're making hella money right now. Hella money.
People who invested in fucking shell companies and shit like that, booming right now.
Yep. They're all making money right now, like hand over fist. And this shit comes around every 5 to 10 years. You know what I mean? Buy some gas companies, keep it for 5 to 10 years. Price goes up, sell it. But
why would you want to sell something that important?
Well, because it's not
oil
gold.
You're always gonna need.
Yeah, but it's not gold.
It is. It's liquid gold.
Yeah,
you
but
use it for 8 different things.
But the barrel kind of like lingers within that. Like you can make money on that arbitrage where you kind of like this is gonna go up within a couple of years and then you just cash in because it always goes down, right? So I always like to keep the prices right around whatever $60 a barrel, no matter what.
It goes down.
Yeah, but it never really goes up like
but
gold. Once gold goes up, it goes down, but it never really goes down to where it started. Gold always keeps going up.
I get it. I mean, it does drop, and it stays low for the most part.
Yeah.
But as soon as there's any type of interruption in the world,
it goes back up.
It goes way up.
Yeah, that's when you sell it. And then you sell it, an interruption goes down, you buy it again. That's how people do it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But with gold is a little different. You can bet on it, go and buy and sell, but you can buy and keep it, which you can look at historic gold price. Pull that up per ounce. Yep. There you go. It's always kind of been going up. So it peaks.
1970s, $300.
Yep. And then all the way to 2000 and now $2,400. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you bought gold in year 2000,
yeah,
you had a lot of fucking money right
now. Yep. Bought gold at $300 an ounce. You basically quadrupled your money? No, quintuple your money. Like 8 times your money. Literally 8 times your money.
You gotta be buying a shit ton of gold for it to be any great.
So a lot of that's actually a good observation. What he said is a very good observation because think about it. What needs to happen for you to make hella money? Let's say you bought gold at 400. It went 8 times. How much money were you willing to invest into it? Right? So let's say you invest $1,000. Now, after between 2000 and 2026, in
Oh, you've made
26
no
years,
money. Yeah,
you
no
made
money.
8 times the money. So now you made $8,000, right? So you made $7,000 in 8 years, basically 1,000 a year. Is it a good rise? Yes, it's pretty decent. But at the end of the day, things like now pull up Palantir for me, historic chart for Palantir.
Nvidia is probably the one.
Nvidia is another one. Yep, Nvidia is another one.
What do you want to pull up?
Palantir historic stock prices. Okay, hit max. There you go. So Palantir, let's say you bought it in 2023, right?
2020.
Or 2020, whatever, and then you cash in in the beginning of 2026. Now that's where this is where you're 20xing your money, right? Pull up Nvidia. Yeah, go max on this one. Yeah. And Nvidia has been
That wasn't even that long ago either,
No.
too. Like what? That's probably
that first little dip, was COVID right there, 2020. That first dip, right? Go down a little bit more. No, the other way. Yeah, a little more. Right there. That was COVID, 2020. Yeah, 1920. There you go. That's COVID.
And then it rose after COVID. Had a little hype.
Yeah. So
Then
do this for
dropped.
me. Do 10,000 invested
And
in
then went
Nvidia
boom.
in 2000, or just do 2005.
0.21
Mm-hmm.
times.
No. Just do, if I invested, and then have the AI calculator for you. If I invested, if I invested $10,000 in Nvidia in 2005, how much money would I have now without adding any more money into it? Now this is we'll be comparing, I guess, with with the gas prices.
10 to 15 million today.
There you go. Now that's where you're making the money. But how do you know? To hindsight is 2020 always, right? Like I know some
Hindsight,
people.
I'm retarded.
Yeah, like think about it. We're talking about 10,000. Okay, go back. Put the speaker thingy on. If I invested $10,000 in Apple in 1990, how much money would I have now? So, I know people that sold their, 8 million to $12 million. So
Nvidia was a better
a
investment.
better investment for sure. Nvidia was one of the number one investments.
Shorter term.
Term.
And you could have actually invested in 2015 in Nvidia and had the same result because that shit was pretty stagnant up until about 2018.
Well, you look at it; it's 2000. No,
Well,
you wouldn't.
You could do 2015.
You wouldn't because already look, go down at
Guys,
COVID
I
times.
don't think I would care if I would have done it 2015 all the way to 2021.
Yep.
Yeah,
You would
I
have
mean-
already got out because I know people that got out then.
Oh yeah,
I know people that got out then.
that's probably why it dropped like that. That dip that it has after the peak was because so many people sold.
Yep.
215.
They saw that shit have the biggest jump it ever had, and it was like, I'm out.
Yep. AMD was very similar. AMD popped up high. Look up at
Well, AMD popped up high because they're murdering fucking Intel.
yeah.
They're murdering them.
518.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Well,
Yeah,
you
that's a
doing
518.
what was the
compared
price
to
in
200.
2016? $2. 518. That's 200 times. 250 times. So now you're making money. Like here, this is how you're making money. But like the gas and gold, they're more safer bets. But this
That's the
one,
old
you don't know. This one, you don't know what's gonna happen, right? So if you had 10,000 and you had the little magic ball, or older Jay or older 80 went back in time and said, "Hey, $10,000 here."
Nvidia was the first time I witnessed in my. I was a teenager still at that time, maybe. Yeah, teenager. I would have been like 18, 19. I started learning about Nvidia because I was getting into computers right before this happened.
Go back to the AI for me real quick.
And I remember,
ChatGPT.
during that small spike. I remember when that happened.
Now
and
see where you become a billionaire real quick. If I invested $1,000 in Bitcoin when the Bitcoin price was at its lowest, how much money would I have now?
Fuck you, money.
Wouldn't the lowest be like nothing?
Yeah, it was like 0.006.
0.008.
There you go. $137.5 billion. $137.5 billion with $1,000, bro.
Fucking hilarious. I was when Bitcoin was jumping crazy, when it went from, it was like, oh shit, the shit's finally $1. Oh shit, it's $10. The next week it was like 100, and then it was 300, and it was 400, and then it went stagnant for a little bit, and then it jumped again, crazy, 1,000, 2,000, 5. I was with Douglas, and he was like, he was like, yeah, I just sold. I had like 30 of them, and I just sold them for $400 like a few weeks back. And I go, brother, they're $2,000 right now. And he's like, yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. And now he's looking at it going, oh, I'm really a fucking idiot.
That's what I'm saying. If you had hindsight 2020, you wouldn't even need 1,000. Here's $100. Here's $10. Go back to the fucking AI. Go back to the AI.
$10, bro.
Go back to the AI, Miggy. Go back to the fucking AI. Yeah. What if I did that with $10 with the same Bitcoin, same calculations? You'd be looking at $1.3 billion, bro. $1.3 billion, bro. $1.5 billion with $10, bro. Like, that's investment. That's return on investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
with $10, bro.
And you didn't do nothing but put $10.
Nah.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Just
Yeah.
guard that wallet.
Go scratch
Nobody
your balls
needs
for
to know
5
about it.
years.
Nobody will know about it, but there will be signs for sure.
I think I told you about this story, but one of my friends told me about how he's really bad with memory, like remembering things, right? He's very forgetful, and he had a bunch of money in crypto, in a crypto wallet, and you still have to put a code in, like a password, when you put the USB, when you put the chain. Of course. And if you try it like over 5 times, it just like locks, and there's nothing you can do about it. He forgot his shit, and he had a bunch of money in there, like a lot of money, and he said that scared him into, like, once he was able to get into it, because it was like on the last attempt that he was allowed, he got into it, or like the second to last, sold it all right away. He's like, fuck this. I'm not putting a bunch of money into a USB. Oh no, not the
idea that he like makes point not to forget shit, fucking sell it. That was his solution?
Because he didn't want to, like, keep going into it and then eventually, like, forget the shit again and not have nothing.
I still have my fucking master key wallet code on my notes.
It's like, it's one of, I guess it's like, okay, I'll have a bunch of money in here and it can keep making me money, but if I leave it in there and then forget again, I might not have none of it. So he just sold it all.
Well, can you imagine this shit, bro? $10.
1.3 billion.
I would have gave you the $10. I'm like, here, Eddie. Back then, I spent a lot more dollars on drinking. You know what I mean? Like, one night of going out could have made me a billionaire. Only if I knew.
Only if you knew. Only if you knew.
I'm not gonna give you the whole entire code, but the wallet, Coinbase, made this password.
Don't give any of it.
Got like 2 fucking Dogecoin on there, bro. What the fuck am I gonna get?
Well, you give it away.
I'm not gonna give you the whole entire thing, but it's like raw, eagle, actor, sunset, vacant, super.
But yeah, just random words.
Going.
Yeah, random words. Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking remember that, so I had to fucking write it down.
Watch Dogecoin in 100 years become like billions and billions of dollars. Me like, fuck.
That shit just dropped 200.
Damn, that shit was 8/10,000ths of a dollar.
8/10,000ths of a dollar. There was a guy that gave bunch of Bitcoin for pizza. He said, who's willing to send me pizza? 2 pizzas, and I'll give you Bitcoin for it in the amount. So he gave away all those. Bro, I wish I was the guy that bought it. Like, I'll send you 3 pizzas.
I'll order you the pizza.
3 pizzas, bro. Send me them Bitcoins. You know what I mean?
The funny part is,
and
like,
that's not including, you know how Bitcoin was going up and then it would just drop drastically to nothing and then go back up again? If you follow those trends and you were selling here and then as it dropped you were buying here and then selling again and buying again, you would be like triple the billionaire.
You know how, like, in Back to the Future, he goes, like, they get the almanac,
sends the book,
and he has the book, and he can start betting and shit and making a bunch of money. I feel like that's like how people would do that now. Fuck the lottery.
Yeah, no, fuck the lottery.
Your measly 50 million? Fuck you.
No, I would get the lottery winning numbers for $1,000. So there's nothing coming out of the pocket. The same number.
So you're gonna spend $2 on the lottery ticket, to then get 10,000, and then take that 10,000 and put it into the Bitcoin.
Yeah. No, I would get the lottery ticket, but the ones that they can give you in a gas station. So you don't have to go to Tallahassee for it. Just go to the gas station and get that money real quick and put it all into Bitcoin. No skin off your ass. Continue living your life the way you're living.
Just go back into the future and
And then I would wait.
load up one of those chains.
I
with
would take
fucking
that
10,000
key.
Bitcoin,
I would take that key from
fucking
myself
bury
because
it.
I would take that key from myself just in case my dumbass decides to spend it, and I would bring it back to the future with me. You know, but the hindsight is always 2020. You know, like when you look at these things, you know, whoever in this simulation, whoever's running my character is a fucking idiot. Send me back in time, bro.
restart to last checkpoint.
Yeah, restart the checkpoint, please.
Yeah. Just fucking start the whole game over. Just
Yeah, but the same knowledge.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like I'm the player. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? There's some good times and there were
You
some
guys
bad
seen
times.
those new goggles that
This guy created, yeah.
not these particular ones, but there's some new goggles that, in theory, the way they work is everybody wears it, and it sends the data of what you're looking at over to the rest of the devices. And it also communicates with drones.
Oh, the
autonomous
military
fighting
one you're talking
vehicles,
about?
Autonomous vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he create
And
the
you
Oculus
can
guy
see
created that?
through the walls, like
Mhm.
wall hacks.
The Oculus guy created that, right?
Yeah, he works with the military.
I don't know if he created that specific technology.
Yeah, no,
but
he
I
went
Yeah.
into defense.
Yeah, I think
he
it's
went
the-
know
into
he's working
defense.
on some crazy
I think he's right.
goggles
It's
for-
the same guy that created the Oculus stuff. He's working with the military.
Yeah, he was the one that did it. I read a little article about it.
I saw the Joe Rogan clip, is what I saw, of him like putting on the helmet and like
Yep, that's exactly what I
attaching
saw too. Yep.
everything.
Oh, this is it. Yeah, this thing right here, bro.
Yeah.
Wall hack just became real.
Bro, a SpaceX IPO valuation is at $1.8 trillion. Musk is the first person to become a trillionaire.
Oh, it is Endural. That's his company, Lucky Palmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, look at this shit. Bro, it's like you're making call outs in a game and everything.
Bro, they got a fucking HUD that pops up and you change whatever
got a
you want.
map, a mini map. One of my biggest complaints about Tarkov, and they have it in real life.
Maybe they'll add it in the Tarkov now. You gotta get the helmet.
Like, what?
Oh shit! Did you hear this? Basson confirms Treasury prepared 250 billion bills, 250 bill with Trump's portrait on it.
Yeah, that's for the fucking incoming inflation.
Hmm.
Target down, bro. That's gonna help a lot. You can just make a fucking airstrike call right there. I'm looking at him. Where are you? I'm right there, bro. Right there. Shoot him. Dude, it's gonna be like a Call of Duty ghost kill streak.
Let's see what Rumble is doing. If Rumble is doing well, it's finally gonna pay off.
You can't have
Rumble
fucking
for
wall
this thing.
hacks as a fucking kill streak. That's so unfair.
You get like a drone behind you that you can fucking call down.
Sold Oculus for $2 billion. Now he's building Black Mirror tech.
He was trying to get this
Oh, nice.
retro game machine going.
Rumble
too,
did
when
go
he went
up.
on Joe Rogan.
Such a corny ass looking dude, but probably the smartest motherfucker you'll meet.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a character out of that '70s show.
Mod retro. Retro Game Boy.
Have you seen these things? Apparently, like becoming more popular. Like people keep these in their pockets. Like there's a whole thing on there. There's like millions and millions of views to see which one of these is better, like comparisons. Which one to keep in your pocket?
Problem is with that is it's such a small market. Like you
Mhm.
really just have adults doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like no little kids buying this shit.
No,
Fuck
no,
that.
it's adults, yeah.
They
It's
play
adults
on their
that do, yeah.
tabby.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Actually, I saw that. I went to go watch the new Mandalorian movie on the weekend.
How was that?
Don't
Don't give anything
I was
away,
good. I'm just gonna tell you it's good. There's not really much to give away in the sense that It's not really attached to like a big story. It's really just like they essentially took 3 to 4 episodes of what would have been like a normal Mandalorian series and made it big screen.
Okay.
There's not like a big story behind it, I would say. They give you a story to follow, but it's not like connected to some larger plot like normal Star Wars movies kind of are. Anyways, I saw the new Toy Story trailer. You know what Toy Story is? You've heard of the movie?
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea. So you know what Do you actually know what Toy
Yeah,
Story
the
is?
kid
Like,
lives the toys. The toys or something
they
like that.
come
Yeah.
alive essentially when he's not looking. And the new ideology behind the new Toy Story movie is like the little kid is now stuck to the tabby and doesn't want to play with her toys anymore, and they're like trying to like fight for her attention. And I'm interested to see what they do with that because
Ain't gonna do with that.
no, I'm saying like I want to see how they draw the story up. Like I know it's not gonna actually do anything. It's not like it's gonna fucking change children.
Yeah, they're saying that this pandemic of tablets and constantly like little kids using that, it's doing more harm, and they're actually seeing the harm right now when these kids are actually grown up now. They can't keep their attention. There's literally no attention span. Attention span is basically zero, and kids cannot talk to each other. They cannot physically talk in person. They cannot have conversations, and relationships are struggling a lot.
The thing that I thought was weird, man, is growing up in the era that I grew up, right, of technology making its big boom and, you know, online becoming a big thing. I remember when my parents and all the old people used to say, like, oh, this is going to make these kids unsocial and this and that. But then I look at, like, how we ended up, and I'm like, well, we didn't. We weren't like that, you know? But I think it's because we were in the mixture of it, where we had enough older people that were around us that were still doing shit
You had
outside.
big enough families, and your parents were forcing you to hang out with your family. That's the difference.
No, because I have a lot of white friends and other friends that don't necessarily grow up the same way I did, but they're not necessarily like these tabby kids either with no attention span.
Well, you're
It's the
talking
crossover.
about. I'm talking
era.
about the ones that are hitting 18 now. They're
No,
becoming.
I'm talking about
like,
my generation.
Oh no, your generation. Like I'm talking about the COVID generation.
What I'm trying to say is during my generation when I was growing up, I remember all of the people like you and my parents and stuff saying, oh, like this shit's going to make you not social, this and that. All you kids are just stuck to the screen. You don't know how to talk to each other. And it's crazy how that's gone to a whole nother extreme compared to what it was when I was a kid.
Mm. In any case, it's like they're seeing this in the relationships between like men and women. It's becoming terrible. You know, you can't keep the attention span. They're attributing a lot of the divorces now to the thing like, you know, to relate it to social media. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of women getting out of the relationships because like, well, I deserve to be provided like this girl on this influencer on this thing.
Shit,
why am I not
too.
being? When I'm not being that. Well, little do they know that majority of these girls are getting paid to fly out and get a, you know, porta potty status. You know what I mean? That's how they're doing it. You know, and it's just not good overall. Not good, and we're all scrolling on it. You know what I mean? We're all on it. So I don't know. We'll see how this.
I need to
this
go
is
through
gonna
another
end.
era of deleting, or not deleting, but black and whiting my phone. That really helps. Keeps you off of it as much. Things aren't as entertaining. Especially because like a lot of the content I watch is like photography and filming stuff. That helped. And I also I went through a period where I deleted Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff off my phone. And it's so weird, man. When you finally do that, you realize that you literally have a muscle memory built up to opening your phone and going directly to a social media platform. I would catch myself literally picking up my phone without even thinking about it and going to where that app used to be and clicking on another app, whatever it was that swap places with it or whatever, and be like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why? I didn't even think about this. Like, I'm just here now.
I would say that if you really want to piss yourself off, just give your phone to somebody else and have them change all the little
logos around
layout.
Yeah.
You're gonna be pissed as fuck for a
Yep.
couple weeks. Where the fuck is this shit?
Well,
Where is it?
so
you'll search it up, but you won't be able
So
to
this
find
is
it
what
easy.
my brain did. If you look right now on my home screen on my phone, you can't find Instagram. But guess what my brain did? It said, fuck you, there's a search bar, bitch.
Yeah.
And so now I have a muscle memory of going like this and hitting I, boom, Instagram. I need to just delete the whole app. It's like the way to do it. But I thought removing it off my home screen would also have like a similar effect. But when I need it, I can use it. But also with work now, I can't delete Instagram. I have to use Instagram every day. Actually, shit.
The one thing I deleted was TikTok. Fuck that app.
I deleted TikTok.
No, I have the TikTok, but I don't go on it.
No, I don't like TikTok because they're one of the worst about scanning your phone and getting everything and using all that information.
I could care less. I don't care about that.
Yeah,
it's more about my.
I saw something recently. It was because I'm not a big person. I'm like, oh, my privacy. I don't fucking do nothing. Yeah. I don't care. But there was something recently that someone said something about. Every time you open TikTok, it scans your face and accesses your camera without like permission or whatever. And when I heard that, I was like, I don't really like that one too much.
Just like any other fucking porn site nowadays.
That's why I use That's why you gotta use one of those offbeat browsers and a VPN.
Gotta do VPN. Well, it's different states. It depends what state. Like the more liberal states don't have it. Florida does have that, where you need to present your age.
They started cracking down on some other websites now.
Oh, I thought they were all.
Before it was just the big ones, like the Hub. I'm not gonna mention any other ones because on YouTube might not like that, but some other ones that I've had to find haven't got there yet because they're based off like Mexico, for example, or like Latin America.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to crack down on that. But they still do. They're slowly catching up.
I think there was I don't know if it's still like this or not, but didn't Pornhub like completely remove their service from Florida for a while because of the rule?
Yeah, they did. They did remove it for a while, but then they came in and it's back now. I was watching a PBD thing about it. He was talking to the owners, and they were talking about like the ID. You have to present an ID.
You don't have to present an ID. You can just verify by scanning your face.
Yeah, that's even worse.
And it's.
I think you still have to put your ID in. No.
I've done it before.
Great.
Very recently.
No, yeah, I don't.
So you have to scan your face though?
Yeah. It takes you to like this website. We won't collect your personal information and blah blah blah. And it'll have you put your face in this outline. It'll scan it for like a couple seconds and then it'll slowly like start switching your age and it'll determine your age.
Is it?
But how can it determine your age?
Better. Before it was telling me I was like 32.
Jesus Christ.
Now it's actually guessing my age, 26. 27.
Wait, every time you go onto the site, you have to do that?
Yes, every single fucking time. That's why I'm not going on some of those sites no more, because it's
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're in bed, dick in hand, ready, and scan your face. Fuck you.
Fuck you. I'm going on Instagram. Fuck you.
Well, can you pull up the new candidate? And go on ChatGPT and new person in the governor race for Florida that was proposing a huge tax on OnlyFans creators. Can you please give me his name and what are the propositions that he's given if he becomes a new governor of Florida?
I think he was trying to charge OnlyFans creators more money.
For taxes, yeah. Click on that.
What do you guys think about that syntaxing stuff?
I think it's good.
Why?
TikTok takes a pic of your face when you log in and delivers the pics to an ICE database. Okay, good.
Got no issues there.
Yeah, good. I mean, if you're illegal here, why are you looking at legal porn?
Why? Why? You threw me off, fucker.
Why do I think it's good for syntax?
Yeah.
Only thing that I think you can answer that with is morality. It just creates a better moral
syntax candy. Then
no, it depends who you're talking to. If you're talking to somebody that's secular, you're not going to get any morality. Like there's no morality there, right? Like secular people just rely on their own morality, whatever they make up in their own head to be morality. But I guess you could take the morality aspect. If somebody's religious, then they have at least something to base their morality off of, which is the religion that they follow.
Okay, right? but again, why is it good?
Because it's
too good
and because it is capitalizing on people that have an issue. There's definitely an issue, whether it's an issue whether you are addicted to it or whether it's an issue that you don't have access to this, whatever it is that you're getting access to, it forces you to be better and try to figure out other ways to find access, other legal ways to find access. Well, let's just talk about porn, right? Like, what's the idea of porn? Like,
Can we call it corn?
the corn, yeah. The idea of that is like
We're gonna get censored.
access usually, and it's usually men that get on there, right? Majority of it, and it's access to women, right? Like, that's the bottom line. So they don't have access to women in real life, they have to access it somehow else, right? Fine, it is what it is. But then now, if you don't have that access, right? Now you're gonna go and try to get it, try to figure out other ways, such as, I don't know, whether it's start going to the gym, become better at your job, make more money, become, I don't know, whatever it is, however it is, you just better yourself. As far as these creators, they're capitalizing on these people having issues, right? And they're draining them. And there are people that go into a negative, right? Because they physically have an issue. They have a chemical issue.
I think the percentage of people that have issues, whether it's across corn, alcohol, tobacco. Well, tobacco is one of the ones where it's kind of like, regardless if you use it, you're essentially addicted.
Yeah.
If you're a regular user.
So, well, alcohol is one of these substances that, like, if you have an alcohol addiction, you can't just quit. You have to wean off of it. It will literally kill you.
Right.
Yeah.
So, my issue with what you're saying is, I believe that the people that actually have an issue with those things, whether it's corn or alcohol, are such a small percentage of the actual people buying it constantly. Like, for example, let's see if ChatGPT has this. Give me a mic check.
Well, let's read this real quick, what he was saying. So he's proposing, 50% syntax on OnlyFans creators, raising public school teacher salary, good, school lunch program, crisis pregnancy centers, proposed mental health SAR focuses on men's issues, good. Other positions, and we need that a lot right now, especially now. Eliminating property taxes, which we're doing, ending or heavily restricted H-1B work visas, which is good because then that's going to bring those jobs to us, to United States. Opposing new AI data centers in Florida, that's probably good, probably bad. I'm not too sure about it. Aligned with Ron DeSantis. One major issue with the OnlyFans tax proposal is the Floridians' Constitution currently prohibits a state personal income tax, so legal experts have questioned whether the proposal could actively be implemented. That would be interesting to see. Go ahead. What were you going to ask about the issues people are having?
What percentage of people that drink alcohol actually have an alcohol problem?
Well,
30%.
yeah, which till you see what it means to be an alcoholic. All of us are damn near alcoholics at this point.
So that's roughly 10 to 12% of all adults who drink, right?
Okay, so hit that microphone button again. What is considered to be an alcoholic?
It's like 12 or 15 drinks a week, I think it is.
No.
Yeah, we looked it up the other day.
No. Two or more of the following within 12 months. Loss of
control, drinking more or longer than intended, trying to cut down but not being able to, craving and obsession, strong urges or cravings to drink, thinking about alcohol a lot, life disruption, missing work, school responsibilities because of drinking, continuing to drink even though it's causing problems at work, home or relationships, tolerance and withdrawal.
That's not what I wanted. How many drinks I wanted to see? Click the microphone again. How many drinks a week would be considered an alcoholic?
I'll tolerate it. If you're a midget, it only takes one beer.
Well, click it.
So yeah, no more than 14 drinks a week. 4 in a day.
Regularly drinking more than 14 for men.
That's what I said, like 12 or 15.
So,
That's a lot.
what, 12, 14 drinks?
A week?
I think you're definitely a fucking addict if you need alcohol to relax, sleep, or function normally. To be able to function, you need alcohol? What the fuck are you? A fucking
So
bar?
my ideology I would like to impose is, so you're telling me that because 10% of people who drink alcohol have an issue with alcohol, the other 90% should have to pay to get them off of it?
Bad apples ruin for everyone.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I
to
know,
me.
but that's how life is. One bad apple literally ruins the entire batch.
Nah. Because if that ideology was in place in a lot of the other things in the
It is.
government...
It is.
It's not, though.
It is. In financial institutions, it is. Literally any kind of government regulated anything is because of that. Right now, watch, they're cracking down heavily on scams that are going on.
So why do we only need 60% of the vote to legalize marijuana in Florida?
What do you mean? That's any kind, anything that gets accepted has to be majority, and that's 60%.
Okay, but if 90% of the drinkers don't have an issue, why are 10%? Why are 10% fucking it? That's what I'm trying to say.
Because that 10% ruin it for everyone else. Because you got to drink responsibly, right? Like a lot of people drink it irresponsible. Now nobody's saying you shouldn't drink. You can drink. You're just gonna pay a little bit more for it.
I get it. No, I get it.
Yeah.
And then sin tax,
Yeah.
right? What happened to separation of church and state?
What do you mean? It's the guns, alcohol. It's everything.
Something that sounds sinful.
What,
right?
what does that got to do with the church?
Sin.
It's yeah, they call it
He's talking
sin
about the
tax.
term. It's just a term.
Yeah, it's the term that maybe coined it from the church, but the point of that is that it is, sign like it's proven at this point that these things are not good for you.
Put a
Whether you
sin
call
tax
it
on
sinning or
candy.
not, huh?
Put a sin tax on candy.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's not sin tax. You put the sin tax on sugar, right? Which I don't know who was it that was suggesting that. Which I also agree with. Like we put too much sugar in our fucking foods anywhere. You know what I mean? So, smoking, alcohol, gambling. So.
The term comes from the idea that certain behaviors are viewed as sins in a moral or social sense, not necessarily religious, but cultural judgments about harm.
Bullshit. That word came from the
Historically,
religion.
sins in this context refer to things like
100%
smoking
agree with
tobacco,
you.
alcohol, gambling, sometimes sugary drinks or junk food in modern policy debates. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like I do think that some of these things need to be taxed. Like this whole libertarian idea, I should be able to do whatever I want to do. Like
So this is why.
I don't like that at all.
So 1700s to 1800s, governments taxed alcohol and tobacco heavily because they were easy revenue sources and widely consumed. 1900s, public health became a bigger justification, especially for smoking. And then now in the modern era, sin taxes are often framed as reducing addiction and health problems, covering public costs like healthcare systems and funding programs like education, healthcare, etc.
Well, they have to reframe it, right?
Basically, it's like you're buying so much of this product that it's going to generate enough of an income for us to be able to provide welfare to the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but which never really happens. But it is what it is.
The idea of it.
Yeah, but the bottom line is, if you want to do this thing, nobody's saying don't do it. Do it. You're just gonna have to pay a little bit more for it. It is what it is, and maybe hopefully that'll deter people from doing it, right? Like, what's a better place to live, where there's less people drunk driving, or there's more people that are drunk driving? Like, that's the bottom line. Less people that are smoking, or more people that are smoking. You just look at it. Less people that are like sitting in their room and jerking off to OnlyFans, or more people that are going out and talking to each other, especially when our birth rate is so low. So at the end of the day, I don't think any of these things is necessarily a bad thing. So it's bottom line.
I'll stay home.
No, I know, but which is not. That's not really
I'll stay
good.
home, bro. If you need some babies, just let me know. Give me a little container. I got you. A couple.
Well, no, I mean nobody's talking about a turkey baster. You want to have families, right? Because the single mothers,
What you mean?
arguably
Give
single
me a
mothers,
container, bro. Put that
Yeah.
motherfucker in some nitrogen ice or whatever the fuck it's
Yeah.
called.
but arguably single mothers are like they at this point it's like National Family Association data coming out that single mothers are like the worst way to raise a child. The next goes single father, and then it goes full family. But the full family, mother and father, and a single dad are almost equal in the way the children are being raised. But single mothers raise criminals
I'm
and
not
just
saying I want to raise
degenerates.
any of them. I just said I'd provide my cum.
Yeah, but then you're gonna create a bunch of single mothers with that. You know what I'm saying?
They don't have to be single.
Well, then I mean, if they're not single, they got their own supply. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of goes out. Like the whole thing is for you to go out and create a family and have a bunch of kids.
Let's wrap it up for today, boys. I gotta be up at 5 a.m. So thank you guys for joining us. And today is Thursday. This whole Memorial Day shit's fucking me up. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.